Do you want to significantly increase the revenue in your business this year by running something simple like a branding ad for your business? As you can see in front of you, this little branding ad right here has been running for about the past month, just over a month now. I've spent 100 Rand on this ad in total over the whole month. I've already made 3 sales directly from this specific ad, and as a result added more than 25,000 Rand lifetime value to my business for the next 12 months. So today I want to show you exactly how I did this and how you can do this too, using something simple like a branding ad focusing specifically and really exclusively on your brand name. So the whole focus around this kind of advertising is to capture market share of clients that have already either spoken to you in the past, who are already aware of your business, and who may be searching for your business, more information around your business, and obviously maybe didn't make a purchase at the time, but are potentially looking now to make a purchase or to hire for your services as a way to help them in their needs. So today I'm going to show you a quick walkthrough of how to set up an ad like this so that you also can start to generate more leads, more traffic to your website, and potentially more income into your business. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get yourself an ads account, a Google Ads account. Now, getting an ads account is pretty simple. Just go to Google or go to the top bar here and write in ads.google.com. That's the URL you're going to use. And if you don't already have an ads account, you can start getting an ad account right here by clicking Start Now or click Sign In if you already have one. So the intention of this training today is not to use their normal smart campaigns, but to actually go to the more advanced campaign. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to click on My Ads account over here. And as you can see, this is this ad that I just showed you. This beautiful funnel, save hours through automation. This entire ad took me about 10 minutes to set up. And as I said, it's already produced significant revenue to my business without too much cost. As you can see, the click-through ratio is around about 28%, which is really great, and 255 impressions, which basically means, and the reason why I'm getting such low impressions but also such high click-throughs is because I'm only running a branding ad. This is people looking for my business. They're not looking for real estate marketing. They're not looking for lead generation. They are typing into Google property funnels, as in the name of my business. So this is how we set it up. All right, so if you were in a smart view, if your Google Ads says something around smart campaigns, for example, if you just go down there, you'll see smart campaigns. Click on the campaigns icon at the top here once you've signed in and signed up with Google Ads. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go away from the smart campaigns and you're going to go into advanced or professional mode. So once you're there, you're going to click on this blue button. So we're not going to do too much setup in this tutorial. We're just going to show you how to set up an ad like this. So you're going to click on New Campaign. And the objective of this campaign is purely branding. So what we're going to probably start with is a URL to our main website or a specific page on our website. So it could potentially be your pricing page, your services page, any page that you want to drive more traffic to, and is potentially maybe the best converting page on your website. So once you're here, you're going to choose an objective. And the main thing that people want to do is they want to get leads. But in this sense, we want to just get some website traffic because these are people who already know us. So we just want to get traffic to this website or to our website. So click on website traffic. And then here, if you don't have any of this set up, that's actually okay. You don't need any of this stuff. So you don't need any conversion goals. I'm not even going to focus on conversion goals for this specific tutorial. So I'm just going to remove these ones from this objective campaign. And let's just do that. Remove, and remove. And then here again too. Oh. Okay, we can't remove every goal. I guess we need to keep one goal. So that's okay. So what we're going to do then is we're going to, remember, we're clicking on website traffic. And then we click on continue. And then here, we're going to focus purely on search. So we don't want to do any video discovery, display network. We're going to literally focus on search. So to search as your campaign type. And then here, you're going to put in the URL you want people to go to. So that would normally be your website address, right? So let's just put our website address in. So just www.propertyfunnels.club. And you give this a name so that you can find this easier. So the easiest thing for you really, because it's your own Google Ads account, you're probably going to just call this branded. So I have one called branded. So for this particular case, I'm going to say branded demo. Click on continue. And then here, we're not focusing on conversions. We are focusing purely on clicks. So remove your conversions and change it to clicks. And then here, this is the most important part, well, one of the most important parts of the setup. Each day, Google is going to spend a specific amount of money on your ad campaign in order for you to help you to reach your goal of getting clicks to your website. Now, here's where we can set a maximum cost per click. So regardless of what happens on a daily basis, you are not going to ever spend more than what you're prepared to spend on a click. So in your case, if you're selling something and a service, your average client maybe brings in about 10,000, 15, 20,000 Rand in a deal, then obviously your maximum cost per click can be a bit higher. But I mean, if you're running some lower cost stuff, you can go at a much lower rate. So you're only going to pay for the maximum cost for the click. So you're only paying for clicks in this scenario. You're not paying for impressions, you're paying for clicks. So here, I'm going to say select a maximum cost per click. And then here, I'm going to just choose 5 Rand. That's it. So I'm prepared to spend 5 Rand for someone to click on my ad and go to my website. Once you've chosen your budget, click on next. And then here, what we want to do also is we want to remove all networks. We want to choose the networks. So if we click on this, we don't want Google Display Network because we're not doing any display ads. So I'm going to remove Google Display Network here, and then Google Search Partners, that's okay. So that's Google and anybody else of its search partners. For example, DuckDuckGo and the other search partners that form part of the Google network. So that's okay if you don't mind, I don't see why you should. You shouldn't really mind anybody else coming from other networks, essentially. So here, by the locations to target. So if you operate and you service only people in a specific city, this is where you're going to enter your location. If you are countrywide, you can select the country in which you want to target. So I'm going to choose South Africa because my business can operate from anywhere essentially in the world. My main client base sits in South Africa. And then here by location options, you've got these two targeting and exclusion parameters. So what you want to do is you want to choose the second one, because people who are in or regularly in or shown an interest in your target location means that if somebody is sitting in the UK, somebody is sitting in Germany, and they happen to be interested in South Africa, this is going to be shown to them potentially too. So I don't want to show people who I don't normally service, so that's why I'm going to choose the second one, people who are in regularly my target location. So this is generally people who live and work in the country, or if you choose another location here, you can put in a suburb level, and that's people who live and work and are regularly in a specific suburb. This one you can obviously keep as is, but remember to change your presence to people in or regularly in your target locations, not showing an interest in target locations. Google does recommend this, but this is because Google wants you to be exposed to a larger audience and therefore increase the cost of your ads and therefore make more money for Google. So for this particular purpose, we're going to only focus on branding ads. So this would be okay if you're running a listing ad for a specific property and you wanted to get to the most amount of people per day, then I guess you could choose this one. Choose your language. We're not going to bother about any other languages here. Our company is English, essentially, so that's okay. And then here, automatically create assets. So I just choose off. So I'll provide directly for my own ads. This one, it can generally take content from your landing page or your website to help fill in certain parameters of your ads. So I'm not going to worry about that. just check under the settings here. So you can obviously check if you want to set an end date. If not, it's fine, and it's going to run all day. You don't need to do anything extra really here. You're going to just click on next. And then here's a very important part. So Google will give you, based on your URL, it's going to give you keyword ideas. So for this specific purpose, when we're doing branding ads, we don't want to show up for search that isn't anything to do with branding. And to guide us here, we can look at the kinds of searches and the kind of keyword phrases, how closely matched it needs to be, or how loosely matched you want it to be. So for a very specific keyword, like an exact match, you're going to use your square brackets. And then for a broad match, you're going to use inverted commas. So here, the first one you're going to put in is your brand name. So I want it to be a phrase match, an exact match, essentially. So I'm going to write in property funnels. And that means people only searching for property funnels, not people searching for funnels, not people searching for property. Because again, I don't want to expose this ad to people who are potentially buying or trying to sell their property. This is specifically for people looking for my business. You'll also be surprised how many people actually go into Google and type in your URL in the Google search bar. So there again, we accommodate for that too. Provided, of course, enough people do it, Google will allow you to run your ad with that parameter. So I'm going to just choose property funnels.club, like that. You can even put the www in. And then one last one, I want the phrase match too. So I'll explain what this one is now once I've typed this in, property funnels. So this is a exact match. So people need to actually type in property funnels. Your phrase match, or your keyword, equals phrase match. So basically, if people search property funnels reviews, is property funnels worth it? Property funnels login, the ad will be shown to those people too. So again, it's about brand reinforcement. And obviously, if people are doing their research on your business, they are going to normally use your brand name with a question as it relates to, is it good value for money, reviews, what are other people saying about it, etc. So these are the only three things for the branding ads that you need. Once we go down, we're going to just keep the final URL as is. And then by the bottom part, we're going to start filling in some headlines. So the first headline, and it may sound obvious, is generally going to be your brand name. So you're going to just choose your brand name. So property funnels. And then your second headline can be something along the lines of time, or time value versus cost. So again, you can say, so in our scenario, I'm not going to choose something for you. So for us, what we do is build. You don't have a lot of characters, so you've got to be careful here. I don't even know if this is going to work. Converting funnels. Just build high converting funnels. And the third one can be something to do with credibility. So over 900 agents can't be wrong. Wow, perfect. All right. So you only need 3 headlines. And then once you can fill in more if you need to, but you don't need more than 3 headlines for this scenario really. Then your descriptions are allowed up to 90 characters. So again, you can elaborate a little bit more on exactly what it is that you do, who uses you, so who's this for, and then also time value sort of stuff that you can put into the descriptions. So I'm going to just pause this while I write out some descriptions so you don't have to watch me think. Okay, so I've just written 2 descriptions. Sorry, that took a bit of a while. So let's just recap here. So my headlines, property funnels, so your brand name, build high converting funnels, another headline, and then over 900 agents can't be wrong. You can focus on other features of your business or other service offerings that you do. For example, we also focus a lot on automation. So automate the boring parts of your business. Something like that could also work in a headline here. Then under the description, to go together with this ad is the one I quite like, especially for software-specific companies like ours and marketing services are, for example, stop being a best-kept secret, grow your visibility, attract more leads, and earn more comm. And as you can see, it's on 90 of 90 characters, so a perfect fit. And then here, in terms of credibility, trusted by top agencies, Remax, Realty, Jarwitz Properties, Real Estate Services, and I don't have much space to do more brands. Obviously, there are a lot more brands, but some recognizable names in the mix, as well as some of the independents that are also part of our service, of our clientele, essentially. So you need 2. You can obviously add more descriptions should you want to, but for this purpose, I'm just going to focus on those 2. That's all I need. This is a search ad. It's not a display network. We're not going to add any images, so I'm not adding images. You can add some site links and some callouts, and you can read what those basically are. So essentially, the site link could be, for example, if you're sending people to your main URL, your site link could be pricing. Your site link could be other services. Your site link could also be specific property types, your new developments that you're selling, your second-hand stock, etc. So you can put site links to those pages too. So it's a really nice way to use one branding ad and to generate clicks and visibility on other parts of your business that may be of interest to the client. So again, call-outs, just these are value propositions in the business. And I mean, you can obviously read up all about that, but for this purpose, I'm not going to focus on call-outs and I'm not going to focus on site links. So what we need to do now is just to click on next. You will see that Google will tell you that there's low traffic expected. So again, what Google wants you to do is they want you to go broad and to appeal to just about everybody in the whole world. But again, that's going to cost you a lot of money. And secondly, it's going to defeat the purpose of a branding ad. You can always come back to this campaign and you can add more brand specific keywords to your campaign should you want to, or you can duplicate this and change it up completely and then test it to see which one works best for you. So again, as I mentioned, like right at the beginning, I said there was a maximum cost per click that we put into this ad. And regardless of what Google recommends here, it's never going to go over that. I said $5,000. It's never going to go over your maximum cost per click per day. So regardless of whatever you put in this number, you can put in 10,000. It's not going to go over that $5,000 per click that you've set out. So don't stress about this at all. You can literally leave this as is. It's never going to spend 143 Rand a day. And besides, it's not going to spend 143 Rand a day because you're probably not going to get that much traffic from this ad because people need to be searching very specific for your business. So you can leave this as is. And then what you're going to do is you're going to click on next. And this is basically your overview. So this is going to be where you're going to check to see, what does the ad look like? What are the parameters? How much am I spending, etc. And obviously this is where you can ask Google to approve it. So you can see it's ready to publish. So publish campaign, you can go through and see there's the name of the campaign. It's a search campaign, my objectives and goals. The goal doesn't matter in this case. I'm not even focusing on goals. And then my bidding, maximize clicks. And as you can see, I'm looking for people in South Africa. There's no audience segments. I'm not looking for shoppers, etc., something like that. And then 3 keywords, 1 ad, and this budget doesn't matter. Now watch what happens when I click on publish campaign. Google's probably going to give me an error message. So let's just wait for it. If it doesn't come up with an error message, didn't come up with an error message. So if it does come up with an error message and says there are problems with your campaign that need to be fixed, you're not going to get any search traffic, etc., I want you to ignore it and I want you to click publish anyway and that's going to force Google to publish your campaign. Because what does Google want again? They want you to be broad, they want you to be generic, and they want you to appeal to everybody. So because you're only focusing on brand name search terms, Google's going to say, you're not going to get any traffic, we can't do this, etc. You're going to override what Google wants you to do, and you're going to publish anyway. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to wait for your campaign to go from under review to approved, and that's it. That's all you need to know. So literally within 5-10 minutes, depending on how fast you can write, you can use something like ChatGPT if you want to help with descriptions or headlines for your ads, then use it by all means. But the basic setup and makeup of an ad like this is as easy as this, and the effects of that, and obviously the results of that, are incredibly profitable when done well to a really good service or a really good business. So yeah, if you've got any questions, do let me know in the comments below. If you need any help with this sort of setup in your own business, you don't have time for this kind of stuff, then get in touch with us too. We're happy to assist. But yeah, please give it a go. Let me know what happens. And if you've got any questions, I'm all ears. Have a great day, and I'll chat to you soon.